The Duchess of Sussex has posed with two of the most powerful women in Hollywood and hinted heavily at a TV and film comeback while mingling with Tinseltown glitterati at a Mom's Night Out gala in Los Angeles last night. Wearing an expensive camel off-the-shoulder Proenza Schuler dress paired with a slicked bun and $895 Aquatsura heels, the Duchess of Sussex said on the red carpet that she and Prince Harry were working on exciting new projects and can't wait to announce them. The former actress, 42, said she was really proud of what Archwell Productions, the production company she founded with Harry, had created so far, including the Netflix docuseries Harry, Meghan and Her Archetypes podcast for Spotify. Meghan appears to have posed for pictures with two people who both happen to be Hollywood players. She was all smiles as she stood next to Janet Yong, the American film producer who made her name working for Steven Spielberg and now the current president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. During the meal, Meghan smiled for a photographer as she sat next to Perlina Igbauchi, the Nigerian-born chairman of Universal Studio Group who runs the gigantic NBC TV network. Meghan was among famous faces including Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa, Margot Robbie and Carey Mulligan at Variety magazine's star-studded Power of Women party. Leonardo DiCaprio and Oprah Winfrey also attended. Brand and culture expert Nick Eade told Mail Online it was no accident that, shrewd player, Meghan posed with two of the most powerful women in Hollywood, and says it is big hint that she is pushing to do more TV and film. The recent writers' strike means studios are desperate for content, and it is telling that the Duchess chose to praise the everlasting impact of Suits, the show she made her name on, Mr. Eade said. A return to acting would see her earn up to £1 million an episode on US channels, although a Sussex spokesman denied this was part of her plans earlier this month. Producing a film would bring home £2 million plus, as well as royalties on top if it was a box office hit. A star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame could also be in the offing, Mr. Eade claimed. Now that the SAG strike is over, Hollywood is going into overdrive to produce new content, and Meghan, riding high on the fact Suits is a sleeper hit on Netflix and has found a new generation of fans, is looking to move back to her first love, acting, he said. Not only is a part in a movie or returning series lucrative, it could establish Meghan as a serious player in Hollywood where she may act and produce too. She's always said she loved acting, and playing a character may be the perfect way for her to shut her detractors down and shine in a starring role. She's a shrewd player, and this power move will play to her strengths. With her references to Suits and her posing with some of Hollywood's elite power women, she's going in a direction that could earn her millions and perhaps even a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. On a night where she also praised the everlasting impact of her TV series Suits, Meghan said, "We have so many exciting things on the slate. I can't wait until we can announce them, but I am just really proud of what we're creating." My husband is loving it too, which is really fun. The former actress did not reveal what the projects are, but told Variety on the red carpet that she wants to create things that make people feel as well as create a sense of community. Multiple sources have claimed Meghan is about to announce a new project. She has been much more visible on the LA scene recently, including 2 nights watching Beyoncé. She also flew on a private jet with Harry and friends to see the final performance of Katy Perry's Las Vegas residency. Her mom's night out at the Variety Gala in LA came hours after Sussex insiders told Mail Online that Harry and Meghan had nothing to do with Omid Scobie's new book Endgame. They also denied that Mr. Scobie was part of the Sussex camp. The journalist tweeted last night, "I'm not Meg's pal. The Sussexes have nothing to do with it." Excerpts of Endgame, out later this month, have infuriated Buckingham Palace officials. It claims that Harry remained in the dark about the Queen's health in her final moments because of his family. It also reopens royal family wounds in the aftermath of Megxit, branding Charles III unpopular, William power-hungry, and says Harry was betrayed by his own family. Meghan was a Verity magazine cover star last year and was among those garlanded in 2022, but was unable to attend the event last year due to the death of the Queen. Entertainment Tonight asked her if it was Mom's night out, and the mother of 2 laughed and replied, "Exactly." She was asked by Variety what she was working on, and said it was projects that make you feel, adding that she could not wait to speak more about her forthcoming work. She said she had no idea why Suits suddenly regained popularity. "It was great to work on," she said. "Such a great cast and crew. We had a really fun time. I was on it for 7 seasons, so quite a bit." But it's hard to find a show you can binge watch that many episodes of these days, so that could have something to do with it. But good shows are everlasting. Meghan was asked what was driving the things you put out in the business. She replied, "Things that make people feel. I was going to say things that make people feel good, but it's more than that." Things that make people feel something, right? And a sense of community. But we have so many exciting things on the slate, I can't wait until we can announce them. I am just really proud of what we're creating. The Duchess said that she was appreciative of other women in show business supporting each other. This industry is so special, and you see how many women use the platform that they have and channel it for good. And the more we support each other, it amplifies the work, amplifies our community, and I am just thrilled to be back in it. And be able to sit in this room, be in such good company tonight. And also to focus so much on how this is the crossroads of entertainment meeting philanthropy. so it's really close to my heart. It's going to be a fun night. This year's honorees included Carey Mulligan, singer Fantasia Barrino, Killers of the Flower Moon star Lily Gladstone, and Billie Eilish, who performed What Was I Made For alongside her brother Phineas O'Connell. The magazine presented a Producer of the Year award to Margot Robbie, who produced Barbie, and an Alumni Award to Emily Blunt. Other attendees, Variety reported, included Leonardo DiCaprio, Dua Lipa, Emerald Fennell, Oprah Winfrey and Riley Keough. Eilish sported a black hair-do with dyed red roots, paired with a black blazer ensemble and a matching headscarf, while Saltburn star Mulligan opted for a black off-the-shoulder dress with a short bob haircut. Mulligan posed with British actress Emily Blunt, who was wearing a white sparkly number with feathered sleeves, who said she wept at Mulligan's performance in Maestro, which she also described as one of the best things she'd ever seen. Similarly, on the red carpet Mulligan said she worships Barbie star Robbie, who wore a black off-the-shoulder dress paired with a classic red lip. Speaking about her production company following the end of the SAG-AFTRA U.S. actors' strike, Robbie said, "I don't have much of a voice right now, but we really believe in people with original ideas and original voices, people like Emerald Fennell with Saltburn and Greta Gerwig with Barbie." They are both such visionary directors with such original voices, and they had such an original take on the story they wanted to tell, and committing to that on the side of it coming out can seem scary, but when you do, amazing things happen. The red carpet also saw singer-songwriter and actress Dua Lipa showing off a red silk strappy dress with a bow. Speaking about her work on film director Matthew Vaughn's forthcoming comedy Spy Caper Argylle, starring Henry Cavill, she said, "No music for this one, just focusing on the acting. I had the most fun, honestly, being on a motorcycle doing all the stunts. It was just so much fun, and working with Henry was amazing, and Matthew is just such a great director, so I really thoroughly enjoyed that experience." The soirée came as the Sussexes attempted to deny Scobie's claim in his new book that Meghan and Prince Harry were kept in the dark about the Queen's impending death. In an excerpt of Endgame, Scobie alleges that Prince William feels that he has lost Harry and doesn't want to know this version of him. Scobie, who previously released a biography on the Sussexes entitled Finding Freedom, said Harry, 39, and his 42-year-old wife Meghan had no idea the royal family were preparing for the Queen's death last year. Yet Mail Online understands that Meghan and Harry are categorically denying any suggestion they are affiliated with the book. They are also denying that Scobie, who has been friendly with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, is part of the Sussex camp. Experts have said that the Sussexes favored royal reporters' new book as threatening a potential thawing in relations between the king and his youngest son. The denial came after Harry and Meghan offered an olive branch to the king on his 75th birthday. Harry is believed to have telephoned his father on Tuesday, and they have reportedly agreed to chat again next week. The Duchess of Sussex is also said to have spoken to her father-in-law from their home in California while the couple's children, Archie, 4, and Lilibet, 2, recorded a video of themselves singing Happy Birthday to their grandfather. In Endgame, Scobie recounts how the Sussexes had visited the UK for a series of engagements in September last year when the palace announced that Queen Elizabeth had been advised by her doctors to rest. He writes, "By the next morning, the Sussexes had no idea that Buckingham Palace was already planning for the Queen's final hours and the first days of the monarchy's new era, until the Duke's phone started ringing. An unknown number. He usually ignored those. Meghan told her husband to pick up the phone and he accepted the call just before it stopped," the author wrote. He continues, "Harry hadn't spoken to his father much that year, but this was not the time for any father and son tension. Charles told him he and Camilla were about to leave Dumfries House for Balmoral, where Princess Anne was already by the Queen's side. He told Harry to make his way to Scotland immediately. Harry sent a text message to his brother William asking how he and Kate planned to travel to Scotland and whether they could travel together, but got no response," Scobie claims. He was later told William had managed to secure a flight with his uncles Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. It was upsetting to witness, Scobie claims he was told by a source close to the Sussexes. Harry was completely by himself on this. Scobie alleges that palace sources briefed certain newspapers that Charles had personally shared the news of the Queen's illness with his son. He quoted a friend of the Duke who said this left Harry crushed. The journalist makes fresh claims about the damaged relationship between William and Harry, suggesting William and Harry's relationship is beyond repair because the Prince of Wales sees his brother as a defector. And in an extract shared with People, he claims there is no going back for the brothers and absolutely nothing has changed since the Duke of Sussex released his memoir, Spare, earlier this year. Buckingham Palace refused to comment on Endgame, due to be released on November 28, when approached by Mail Online.